I'm at a property today that I've got under contract, supposed to be closing on next week, and I want to give you a tour. I want to talk to you about income properties with no income, no tenants. So these are properties that can be rented out, that are designed to be rented out, but they have no tenants. And I want to talk to you about the value add opportunity that gives you for a flip strategy. So my strategy on this one is to get it leased up, sell it. Okay, if you would, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs down, leave me a comment, let me know what you think about this property and the strategy that we're using here. I'm gonna give you a tour of the property and talk to you more about the strategy. Let's go check it out. Okay, so this is what I call a mom and pop RV park. It's got 3 spaces back here. So it's got 1 space here, and you can tell that by meter boxes and your sewer hookups. So we've got 3 spaces here for RVs, multiple septic tanks, multiple meters, so they're all individually got electric meters, but you can see there's no tenants here. It's fenced off. It's also got a commercial building on this property. It also allows it to be leased out, and so definitely opportunity for income here. This is what it was before. This property was part of an estate though, and once it became an estate, they didn't want to deal with tenants and collecting rent and whatnot, so they basically told everybody thanks but no thanks, hit the road. And so all the tenants are gone, and I feel like that's why I was able to get this property. It's mismarketed too, I feel like, by the real estate agents that had the listings. Couldn't find this thing online unless you were really digging. So here's 2 more RV spots here. There's 1 there and there's 1 there, and then it's got a commercial building, and it's also got this shed. All of those are income potential. And so my plan, my strategy here is to turn this into fully occupied, lease out the spaces, commercial building. I'm gonna paint the exterior. I've got some leftover paint in my storage unit that we didn't use on another job, and so I'm gonna just put that paint on this building. It's not real big, it's about 1,000 square foot building. It's got nice huge trees. It'll clean up well. It's on a busy street, and so you could probably rent this commercial building out for about $1,000 a month, and the RV spaces will rent out for approximately $300 to $350 a month. With 5 spaces, it's about $1,750 coming in just off the RV spaces, and about $1,000 coming in off of the commercial building and the shed. I think I'm gonna I'm not sure if I rent that with a commercial building or tie it in with RV spots, or maybe even do a standalone lease on that. So right around $2,750 in rent potential on this property right now. It's collecting $0 in rent. So to an investor looking for an income property, this will produce, let's call it $3,000 a month for easy math. So $3,000 a month in income, turnkey, allows $36,000 in annual income off of this property. If you figure a 10 cap, $360,000 will be the price of this property. That's what I'll list it for. I'll take less, but that's where I would start at, probably $359 or $369 for a list price, and then go from there. Turnkey, fully operational property for lease, for sale. And I'm buying this property owner finance. I'm putting 10% down at a 7% interest rate. I'm buying it for $250,000. So I'm gonna put $25,000 down on this deal, and I'll hopefully buy it for $250, sell it for, let's say, $350, $100,000 profit. Let's say it takes 6 months to get it leased out, and then stabilized, then sold. So 6 months to a year. Turn that $25,000 cash that I put into this deal into approximately $100,000, 400% return on the money, and so works out pretty good. That's the strategy I plan to use here. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. And that's the opportunity that you can get with rental properties that are not leased out. And so this is a Tired Landlord slash estate. So it's two brothers, and they were the landlords here. One of them passed away, and his heirs have half of it, and the other brother has half of it as well. The other brother is going to buy out the heirs, and then he's going to finance it to me with $25,000 down. So he said that he owned the RVs that were on here at one time. Him and his brother had, just travel trailers basically parked on this lot, and they were charging $700 a month and just collecting off that. And they were renting out that commercial building for, he said $1,200, and he could probably get $1,200 for it, but I'm gonna try and get it leased out with a affordable price, $1,000, and go from there. I don't have 5 travel trailers to park here and rent out, so I'll just be renting out the spaces to people that own their own trailers. And he said he wasn't, I'm not interested in doing that anymore, driving over there and collecting rent. He probably lives about 20 minutes away, so he said he's not interested in doing that. He just wanted to sell it, and if I could send him a check in the mail, he'd be happy with that. And so that's why he was willing to owner finance. And this gentleman too is a Tired Landlord. I've bought properties from him in the past, and so he's just trimming down his portfolio over the years. And I've bought another lot around the corner from him, did pretty well on that. We've talked about some other properties that just didn't happen, couldn't come to an agreement on them, but he's always been willing to owner finance. And so I called him up and asked him if he had any properties for sale. I'm buying this one from him and another property, and he's giving me better financing terms than the bank would at this point, so I bought this one 7% interest, 10% down. I bought another one from him, or buying another one from him, 10% down at 6% interest. So those are pretty good deals. I'll do another video on that one as well, but I wanted to share this one with you and the strategy for owner financing. Think about the cash on cash return. So I'm only putting $25,000 down into this deal and hoping to get a profit of $100,000, let's say 75 to 100,000. So a triple on my cash, or maybe 4 times my cash on this deal if it all works out like I'm planning on it to. And worst case scenario, the payment on this is $1,500 a month, approximately. It's like $1,490, and the cash flow on that would more than cover that. Probably give me an extra $1,000 a month in cash flow. Let's say I just got stuck with a property, or I just ended up loving being a landlord, and so worst case scenario, I got a good cash flow property. Best case scenario, I make 3 or 4 times the cash I put into this deal. So that's kind of what we got going on here. Wanted to share it with you. Multiple strategies being implemented in this one. You've got Tired Landlord strategies, you've got owner finance strategies, you've got a value add strategy through the lease up, and through a coat of paint, some pressure washing, some tree trimming, landscaping, things like that will do this property a lot of good. So let me know what you thought about the video. Check out some of the other ones. I appreciate you stopping by the channel. I'm grateful for everybody that's subscribed. If you would, check out some of the other videos and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on the next one.